civilization where peace and justice shall reign. We all say, Amen. Let's celebrate. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, Ifefa. Your Excellency, the Governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer Ebonyi. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Ebonyi State, Barrister Eric Iliki. Let me welcome the Speaker of the House of Assembly here and all other members of the State House of Assembly, Honorable Francis Ogbonna. I'd like to welcome here the SSP and the Coordinating Commissioner, Father Kenneth Ibe, PhD. Let me welcome the Chief Judge, His Lordship, Honorable Justice Elvis Adeko Kenneth. I'd like to welcome the Honorable Minister of State for Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Uche Sam-Oga, the President General of Organized Evil, Professor George Obiolo, and all other state chairmen of Organized Evil. I welcome all of you, distinguished Igbo leaders that are here today. I welcome you to this interactive session. Last night, when we were having this banquet, His Excellency, the Governor, talked about the trip he made to New York and that he copied the United Nations General Assembly structure. I didn't understand it until I got there this morning, and I must say, this venue is magnificent. So, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome all of you to this interactive session with Southeast leaders. Your Excellency, Mr. President, without any doubt, Southeast is blessed with all as leaders. Leaders that believe in self-development, leaders that develop their team and their people, leaders that are steeped in ethical practice, leaders that are civil-minded, and leaders that are involved in strategic thinking. Your Excellency, these leaders are trailblazers. They are visionary. They are committed to protect Nigeria. They are loyal to Nigeria and its people. When you look around this premises, all you will see are shining stars in every area of humanity, from the military to banking, from business to academia, from culture to science and tech. Every area, all these people, some of them in red caps, are superstars in their own right. It is on behalf of Igbo land, represented by this amazing cream de la cream of Igbo land, that I welcome all of you to this amazing event. Your Excellency, this interactive session is held in the interest and love of Igbo land and Nigeria. But because this is Igbo land, and the kola nuts plays a major role in what we do, symbolizing peace, unity, life, fraternity, hospitality, goodwill, and kindness, and especially respect. We shall be starting this event with the presentation and the breaking of kola nuts by the Chairman, Southeast Traditional Rulers Council, His Royal Highness Eze Charles Mpoma. They will take the kola nut to him now, and the process shall begin.
Can we have the kola nut, the basket of kola nuts? So I understand the kola nuts we first presented to the president by the governor and now to Eze. All right. Okay. Okay, so we'll now have the welcome address as I welcome here the Secretary to the Government of the State and the Coordinating Commissioner, Dr. Kenneth Bala, to please quickly do a short welcome address.
President of Federal Republic of Nigeria, the father of our dear nation Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, GCFR, the number one of Ebonyi State, His Excellency, the father of new Ebonyi State and the leader of Ebonyi State, His Excellency Engineer Chief David Weze Umai, Governor of Ebonyi State, the Deputy Governor of Ebonyi State, the Speaker of Ebonyi State House of Assembly, my Lord the Chief Judge of Ebonyi State, other leaders of our Igbo nation here present and their nation Nigeria, I welcome all of us in our various capacities. Please, for want of time, let me rest the protocol already established. I once again delighted to welcome Mr. President, His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari to Ebonyi State. It gives me pleasure on behalf of our dear Governor to welcome Igbo leaders to the sort of a nation and the city of David. It's not worthy of celebration. Father of our dear His Excellency President Muhammad Buhari, Enyoma of Ebonyi State and a good friend of Igbo land. In the annals of Nigeria, it is on record that the President Buhari has demonstrated that he is a detribalized Nigeria because of his love for Igbo race. Mr. President, the present generation and other generation to come are not oblivious of your modest achievement in the Igbo land. Sir, your administration have, among other things, remembered by Igbos for carrying out over 60 verifiable projects, including the construction of Ihala or Road, Anambra-Igbo border road, rehabilitation of Apik-Abakaliki Road, the rehabilitation of section 1 to 4 of Enugu-Port Harcourt expressways, and most importantly, the second Niger Bridge, and putting a new lift and a new face to Academium International Airport, Enugu. Mr. President, thank you for all this. In Ebonyi State, we are aware that your cordial relationship with our leader and our governor, Engineer Chief David Nweze Umai, has paid off. His modest achievements in the past 7 years is one of the reasons Mr. President is here, and we are proud of our governor. Let me commend Mr. President for the reforms he has initiated that has put this generation on the path of progress. The change matter of your administration has restored the lost glory of our dear nation, Nigeria. Mr. President, thank you for all this. The fight against corruption has been very holistic, and your dogged fight against terrorism is in fact appreciated. In conclusion, I want to thank the governor who made it possible for Mr. President to be here. We are elected and assure Mr. President that Ebonyi will remain resolute in support to the administration. To our dear Igbo leaders and other leaders from all parts of Nigeria that are here, we want to thank you for coming and urge you to remain supportive to the federal government led by President Buhari. And as he works very hard to drive Nigeria to the next level. I once again welcome all to Ebonyi State, as I know that today's deliberation and the resolution thereof will help to uplift Nigeria higher and to benefit our dear Igbo nation. Thank you for coming. I wish all of us happy deliberation. Thank you all for coming. God bless you for your very kind attention. I appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we kicked off earlier. I actually wanted to tell people that. But the governor is the host, and I realized that we're on time. And so, it is time. I consider that the budget is our government. Our advice and advice.
Can the chairman of Southeast Traditional Rulers please come? And the two past governors. Two past governors, please come up to join me. The chairman Traditional Rulers of Southeast. Let him come over here.
Okay, thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I be respect to invite the Chairman of the Southeast Traditional Rulers Council and Chairman of the State Traditional Rulers Council, His Royal Majesty, Agent Charles Woman, for the step forward for his house. Go ahead. Please can you give him a round of applause for the president of the council?
Confidence of ethics, nationalities, and make you more famous in the Committee of Nations. On security, we stand by you in all efforts towards the fight against insecurity and resilience in Nigeria. We, however, plead with you as a compassionate father to temper justice with mercy in the case of our son, Nnamdi Kanu. We have started dialogue to ensure that all those who feel aggrieved embrace round-table discussion. We shall continue to support you, the administration. Do not listen to those advocating for interim government, for they are inviting anarchy. We urge you to look inwards and build the next administration around the Southeasterner who has outstanding performance track records. Your Excellency, Nagode. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Highness. President Charles Nkuma. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite the representative of the Hausa community, Alhaji Haldatu Ismail, to please come forward for his remarks. Please come forward his STA to the Governor of Ebonyi State on Fulani and Health Affairs. Please can you give him a round of applause as he steps forward. Thank you.
Your Excellency, on behalf of the Hausa community here in Ebonyi State, I wish to welcome Mr. President to Ebonyi State, the Dubai of Nigeria. Your Excellency, we wish to thank you for the attention of giving to Southeast modern administration of the other good governance in Nigeria, especially in the area of agriculture, infrastructure, nation building, principle of the rule of law, treatment of the state, of the allocation and resources. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we the Hausa community here in Ebonyi State, we are pleased to share with you that the Governor of Ebonyi State, His Excellency, the Engineer Dave Mweze Umahi, has done a lot for our people. We describe him as a leader that has no discrimination. The leader that has the unity of Nigeria in heart. We, the Northerners, residing here in Hausa quarters, are happy with him because he does not discriminate, no matter where he comes from, no religion differences. He has executed numerous capital projects in our community. In our places of residence, he makes us comfortable. He constructed the street lights, street road, in and outside our streets. We have lights, concrete road, tied with interlock. He makes us, we pray anytime we like. We pray in and out of our own time. We wish to inform you, Mr. Your Excellency, sir, that he is also we are also beneficiary in our wonderful flyover across the state, where he built flyover with the Hausa community. We are beneficiaries because he built one in Hausa Quarter with 4 lanes, tied road. The Ebonyi State today is one of the safest states in the southeast. We don't know how he did it, but the southeast, we don't know how he did it, but we are sure he even have people in respect of him who are pure heart. His passion is emancipate in his people. no negligence, Mr. President, we cannot end without mentioning the Governor David Umahi's leadership in Nigeria. We are very, very proud of him. We, the Northerners living here in Ebonyi State, we are proud of him. We have enjoyed numerous appointments, such as me. I am the one of the beneficiaries. He shared Saudi Arabia's lot to every one of us. Each time, the time has come. Mr. President, we cannot end without monitoring the Governor Umahi's leadership in Nigeria, and we are proud of him. He's unwavering, and his love in Nigeria has passion to change the remarkable of the people he governed. Thank you, I remain blessed.
That is a speech from a very happy man. Your Excellency, we thank you for your love of Nigeria and the unity that we should build upon. Very quickly, we also hope that those giving speeches now will do it in short time, maximum 3 minutes, so we can leave on time. Representing Chief Emmanuel Iwanyao is Chief Amechi Mbazurike. I'd like to invite him. Are you taking it? Okay. Okay. Wait. Oh, okay. Exactly.
Of all the ministers that brought independence in this country in the First Republic, I am the only person alive. The rest, of course, have gone. And so, instead of me reading somebody's speech or address, it is somebody that will read my speech and address. Mr. President, I have traveled all the way, sometimes in walking stick, sometimes in wheelchair, to get to Abakaliki to receive you. Because when I visited you on the 18th of November last year, you received me very well. You received me in the typical Nigerian way that the young must respect the elder. And so I welcome you not only as a representative of my area, but to Southeast as a state. You are welcome. Let me assure you, Mr. President, that you are accepted here. You are the president of this country, elected by the people of this country. Your election was doubted, and eventually the court confirmed your election.
So you were elected not by the people only, but by the highest court of the land. You are president in every respect. And you have not been discriminatory to us here. I can only ask you for one thing, Mr. President, as an elder. As I told you on the 18th of November last year, I want to see peace in this country before I join my ancestors. I want to see peace in the southeast, particularly where there is all sorts of crisis. And something that will lead to that peace, that will help us to settle that peace, is just around the corner. And I ask you, Mr. President, give me the mandate, give me the mandate, give me the person I want. And I'll give you peace. I will give you peace. I guarantee you that, Mr. President. We say in Igbo land that a madman is owned by people. If somebody was bad yesterday, and on guarantee of elders like me and others, I will bring him out. Father, that will create more peace in this country. Help us to give the peace, and I'll give you the peace in part of this country, and also in Nigeria, because I'm a Nigerian. I took part in the struggle for independence of this country. At the age of 23, I went to prison in the hands of Great Britain. My second imprisonment was at the age of 23 with Tony Nahara and others. I am part of this country, and I'm not going to leave the country. I will die a Nigerian, and we handed over peace to you. I'm not going to die until we find that peace. You are welcome, Mr. President. Thank you.
You're watching Channels Television, and we're bringing you live from Ebonyi State, a stakeholders forum between Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, and members of Ebonyi State Traditional Council and other top government functionaries. Earlier, Mr. President was received by the chairman, Traditional Rulers Southeast, where he was presented with kola nuts, was received the Igbo way, according to Igbo custom and tradition. Also, there have been speeches delivered earlier on by a member of the Hausa community who extolled the virtues of Governor Dave Umahi. He talked about how the governor has made the Hausa community happy with projects in terms of infrastructure, provision of good roads, light, and other deliverables to the people of the Hausa community in Ebonyi State. Also, the chairman, Traditional Council Southeast, made an agitation, or an appeal rather, yes indeed, for Mr. President to temper justice with mercy and release the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu. And perhaps what seems to be the high point so far was the speech delivered by the chairman, Southeast Elders Council, Chief Emmanuel Nwayawu, who made a passionate appeal for peace to return to the Southeast. He says that's what he wants to see before he joins his ancestors. He also hinted that the mandate should be given to him, and that once the mandate is given to him, meaning perhaps the Southeast, that peace will return.
We continually keep you in our prayers. We encourage that our dear nation will continue to enjoy good governance and continual blessing. May we therefore pray for God's blessings and honor in the effort to unite our nation and giving all sectors and sections of the country a sense of belonging. Your Excellency, may we use this single opportunity as the body of Christ in Southeast to pray fervently for peace
and security of our dear nation and Southeast in particular, for the enabling environment and continual freedom of religious worship. Your Excellency, as a body that is of genuine counsel, our nation is currently challenged greatly by insecurity and societal conflicts here and there, with high level of poverty. A great number of our families, states, are living in the fear of the unknown. Your Excellency, as the father of our dear nation and Southeast, may we bring you to your knowledge that the seat at home has troubled the economy of the Southeast, and banditry is engulfing the nation. Our society is growing by violence with a lot of youthful restiveness. We know that you are doing your best to solve these problems, but we request kindly, Your Excellency, of more dialogue with all nationalities and more empowerment to the various security agencies to tackle this monster-called insecurity. We request that you emphasize the promotion of equity, fairness, and social justice by all institutions and political parties, especially as we approach a year of transition. We plead for your political solution as a father, a benign father, a kind father, a forgiving father, to grant Nnamdi Kanu freedom. We pray that he be granted pardon as we call on all agitators to cease all forms of hostilities and rather demand for a nation where the plight of the poor, the weak, the oppressed will be addressed. Your Excellency, history shall be kind to you, and you will have the greatest ovation in the world if your administration can do that which all think will not be possible, to assist to the emergence of a president of Nigerian Southeast of Igbo extraction from 2023. It was done in Southwest in 1999, and the local and other agitating groups seized all hostilities. Agitations in the Southeast will likewise disappear if you grant us that unique privilege. Let me at this juncture, Your Excellency, present our dear leader to you and few words of commendation. The governor of Ebonyi State, His Excellency Apostle Chief David Umezu Umai, has made another history, bringing the President of the Federal Republic of the dispensation to our dear state for the second time. We are proud of him. He has done very well. Your Excellency, from the body of Christ camp, who are very fair and of constructive criticisms. His Excellency, the Governor of Ebonyi State, has reached the downtrodden, the poor, the sick, the vulnerable, the widows in his administration for the past 7 years. He is not only providing the infrastructure, but he has given a leveling environment for freedom of worship of all religions in Ebonyi State. But more uniquely, Your Excellency, we see in him that which we see he has done very, very, very well. In the entire Southeast, Ebonyi State remains the most peaceful and security-wise, where we close and sleep with our 2 eyes closed. Ebonyi State is the only state that has continued to move 7 days in a week with no seat at home in the entire Southeast, and verifiably. If he has that power to do this in the micro, he may have much more grace and power in the macro. Your Excellency, we are aware you have been very fair and kind to the Igbos. You may not know, but we remind you of your past kindness. At the time we were great fathers of our dear state, we are going to request for the creation of the state. They had a hitch on the way. His Excellency, one of us, and former Governor Martin Lechi is here. But when you were in charge of Ogoja Division, you gave a pass that they should allow them. And that was why they were able to have access that brought the creation of this Ebonyi State we are enjoying. And we thank Sani Abacha, His Excellency, for this beautiful message. Finally, Your Excellency, Ebonyi State has been privileged with all governors, especially our executive governors, being of wonderful foundation. The first governor of Ebonyi State, His Excellency Senator Sam Omini gave us the foundation of education today. And I'm sure it was in his time that Ebonyians were able to go overseas by high pipe. They will be glad and still very happy to hear that Ebonyi State is having a Federal Medical University of Sciences in Obro. Your Excellency, the second governor, Chief Martin Wanchili, we call him the governor that gave us the peace, the unity bridges of peace. All the areas that were not linked before and created several parts in one family, he bridged us all together as one family. We thank you. Your Excellency, Ebonyi State is kind to welcome you. The body of Christ assures you of our prayers, our counsel, encouragement and promotion of good governance, which has brought Ebonyi State to where we are today. We thank you for visiting us. We are aware of the challenges you have, for leadership is not easy, but with prayer, all things will be possible. We look forward that you will successfully complete your thing and bring Nigeria to a greater tomorrow. Once again, we thank our dear Father and President of Nigeria. We pray that God will grant you your fatherly presidential political will and peace and good health and long life to work towards a peaceful transition and a nation of peace and security. Long live the Christian Association of Nigeria Southeast, long live the Christian Association of Nigeria National, and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, that was the voice of Khan. Your Excellency, last in this category is from the desk of the President General of Ohanese Ndigbo, Ambassador Professor George Obiozo. May I very humbly invite Barrister Peter Aneke, the Deputy Legal Advisor of Ohanese, to make that presentation. A few minutes, please. Thank you. Please, can you give me a round of applause as he comes forward for that presentation on behalf of our people.
Your Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Your Excellency, the Governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer Dr. David Mweze Umahi. Please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. We bring you felicitations from the President General, Ohanese Ndigbo Worldwide, Ambassador Professor George Obiozo, who is unavoidably absent due to circumstances beyond his control. However, other members of the National Executive Committee are here to render this address of welcome to Mr. President. We are happy to behold the wonderful presence of our leader, the father of our great nation, Nigeria, a wonderful friend of Igbo nation, in whom we are well pleased, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, the President and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We also feel elated by the cream of Igbo leaders, friends and well-wishers who are here gathered to show their solidarity and support to one of our illustrious sons, His Excellency Engineer David Umahi, the Governor of Ebonyi State, for his outstanding achievements in the Southeast and Ebonyi State in particular. Your Excellency, we sincerely appreciate the love and support to the entire Southeast Zone as exemplified by this two-day working visit and other visits to the Southeast, as well as the various life-touching federal government projects, including but not limited to the completion of Akandibam International Airport in Enugu, the second Niger Bridge, the Onitsha and the Enugu-Port Highways. Your Excellency, by your presence here in the Southeast, You have assured us that we are part of Nigeria, and this, in essence, has given us a sense of hope in Nigeria project. We thank the ebullient and capacity governor of Ebonyi State, His Excellency Engineer David Umahi, for this novel initiative and for what God has used him to do in Ebonyi State. His numerous developmental projects in Ebonyi State is an indication that he has all it takes to steer the progressive course of God's work in Nigeria as a nation. He is a committed nationalist leader who believes in one indivisible Nigeria. As the apex body of Igbo worldwide, the organization states categorically that Igbo nation is not at war with Nigeria and has nothing pending before any institutional authority that demands a separate existence for Igbo in Nigeria. The truth is, and our collective stand is clearly and honestly, that Igbo will not support the breakup of Nigeria or be the victims of Nigerian unity. What cannot be taken away is that for too long, the Igbos have cried profusely over their plight. This plight is comparable to the plight of the Southwest over the annulment of June 12 elections. Following that annulment, the Southwest felt such change. They cried out for justice. While some groups did so responsibly, the political neophytes resorted to violence means which we are averse to. The instructive thing here is that at a point, the patriotic zeal in the political class in Nigeria was touched and they rose in unison to acknowledge that the Yorubas have cried enough and that it was time to wipe away their tears. That was why the two major political parties in Nigeria fielded only Yoruba candidates for 1999 presidential election. It is also clear from every indication that time has come to wipe away the historic tears of Igbo. What is more, Your Excellency, most of the patriots who engineered the plan that made the Southwest produce the presidential candidates for the two political parties in 1999 are still alive and active in politics today. That same underlying love for the country that inspired them to do what they did for the Southwest in 1999 should also inspire them to do so by handing over the position of the President of Nigeria to a Southeasterner come 2023. Your Excellency, we are deeply appalled by the raging spate of violence ravaging the Southeast. On our part as a body, and through the effort of our leader, Ambassador Professor George Obiozor, has engaged our youth into discussions on the need to embrace dialogue and not violence, as there is no evidence in history to show that any race has become great through violence and self-destruction. Finally, we compassionately plead with Mr. President to consider the option of amnesty in the release of Igbo youths who are in detention facilities across the country. Your Excellency, once again, we welcome you to Igbo land, and we wish you journey mercy as we return to Abuja. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Long live our dear President, Buhari. Long live Ebonyi State. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker is a very special man indeed. His mandate is divine. His projects are transformational. His vision is clear. Prayer in his heart, strength in his spine. An engineer that understands strength of material. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome here the performing, hardworking, dedicated, dynamic governor of Ebonyi State, Engineer Chief David Umahi.
And the Ochoa, one of Southeast President Muhammadu Buhari, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Ebonyi State, Mr. Speaker, my leaders, the two past governors, Governor Sam Omenyewu, Governor Chief Elechi, the CAN Chairman, dear leader and father, Chief Mbazulike, the Chairman, Traditional Rulers Council, all our leaders that are here in Ebonyi State and from the entire Southeast. Let me, on behalf of the entire Southeast, thank you very much for coming in this mass and this number. A lot of you are also prevented from coming because we're giving a maximum of 200 to be here. So I thank you so much for the expression of your love for Mr. President. I will thank President for coming for the second time, but be assured that President will be here for another 2 times before he leaves office. Let me say, because Mr. President has a function in Abuja this morning, I will not be reading my prepared speech. But let me thank him very sincerely for coming and commissioning a number of our projects. There's still much more to be commissioned. Certain projects that are here are worthy of being commissioned only by Mr. President. So we are reserving them for his third coming to Ebonyi State. Mr. President, let me thank you on behalf of the entire Ebonyi State, Southeast, and even Nigeria for taking over the King David Medical University. It is honestly one of your punches of goodwill and love for the people of Southeast. We are deeply, very, very grateful. We thank you also for a number of projects you have cited in that institution: the Cancer Center, the Eye Center, the Isolation Center, the Kidney Transplant, the Heart Surgery Center, and the ecological projects. Thank you, sir. We are deeply, deeply, deeply very grateful for this gesture. And thank you, sir. In the past, the second Niger Bridge was a political brainwashing to our people, promises upon promises, and that's why I say Nigerians are wiser now. They want those who will match their talks with action, and they must evaluate from the past performances. Your Excellency, you didn't talk much on this second Niger Bridge, but in October, as I read, we'll be going through that second Niger Bridge, one of the greatest legacies of your administration. We are very grateful. We are very grateful. Southeast people should be very, very, very proud of you. I have not seen any other project that can equal that project in the entire nation under your administration. Thank you, sir. And it came at a time that we have so serious global economic challenges, which, of course, Nigeria is not insulated from such. But with your determination and the heart of an army general, you embarked on it and you have achieved it. Look at the airport, the Kano International Airport. When we went, you didn't allow us to come the second time. You approved a wallowing 10 billion, and today we have a very wonderful airport. The roads, very many other projects. And I ask our people to speak out so that Southeast people will know the great projects that the president is doing. We as Ebonyans have been speaking out. Let other people stand up and be grateful. For he that's grateful in a little more will be given to him. And we thank you, sir, for accepting the honor we have done to you, because you deserve it. In the naming of the President Buhari's light tunnel, it's a very significant and the face of Ebonyi State. And we're happy that that project bears your name. Another very heartwarming project is the International Airport, and of course your lodge. You jokingly told me that the plaque was such that another president can come and remove it. That we better put it President Lodge. I said, no, sir, nobody, but people will not allow that to happen. We still remember Sani Abacha. The old presidential lodge is named after Sani Abacha by Dr. Sam Omenyewu. We are men and women of honor in this state, and we do not forget favors done to us. So, thank you, Your Excellency. I ask you, our dear President, to please listen to the pleadings of our people. But let me just make a mention that on this issue of political solution, I have never believed in IPOB method of operation. I disagree with them. I will never agree with them. But we have gotten ourselves to a very terrible and pitiable situation. And some of us were warning that we could get to this situation, and some were playing politics with it. Mr. President, we are at this crossroads. I've been to you and I begged you for a political solution. Surprisingly and graciously, you granted that. And you said that our people could initiate that. And of course, at the forefront by Nnamdi Kalu's lawyer. We've made all the efforts for the Ohanese to kickstart that. It's not for the governor. So I'm saying that Mr. President had already granted a political solution to be initiated. And so we call on President of Ohanese, to stop delaying this and not allow politics to come into it. Let him boldly meet with, our father Mbazulike, the CAN chairman Traditional Rulers Council, and a few other people, and with the lawyer from Nnamdi Kalu to initiate this. And I believe that a listening president, our father, will listen to that. And I must thank Mr. President, the manner and the ways he received Chief Mbazulike when he met with him. We are very excited. And if you go through the memory lane, including the one that the CAN chairman mentioned, about the love and commitment of Mr. President to Southeast, you will see a different man from what few people, out of political naiveness and political bitterness, say about our dear president. He's one of us, and he will continue to be one of us. And on the request for the presidency of Southeast, unfortunately, I'm an aspirant and I will not be able to say much. But let me say something to Nigerians. If the basis of asking for presidency to be zoned to South, rotating from North to South, it's on the basis of equity, fairness, and justice. And then the president, I know he has not told me, but he's well disposed by his, body language and everything. And the thing comes to South, and then we have our brothers from South, South, and Southwest, even putting more aspirants more than Southeast. Then the question is, where is the morality? Where is the justice? Where is the fairness? Where is the equity? So, but we must honestly thank the leader of the Middle Belt, Bitrus, and the Chief Adebanjo of Southwest, and the Chief Edwin Clark, and many other leaders of these two zones who have been speaking out that if we are demanding for equity and justice for rotation of presidency from North to South, then that should translate also to Southeast, South, South, and Southwest. And let me say to our people and to Nigerians that South has been political ally to the North until 1999. And the entire North lined up behind Ekwueme for presidency. But because of June 12th, there was a political dialogue. And then we allowed and voted for Chief Obasanjo from Southwest. And then the North gave Dr. Boneon, our son, the ticket for APP for presidential position. And because of June 12th, it was handed over to Olufalaye. And so these were sacrifices that were made by entire Nigerians for the peace, and stability of Nigeria. And so when it comes to our turn, rightly or wrongly, whatever sins we might have committed, this must be viewed on through the needle eye of political solution of fairness, equity, and justice, and for the stability of Nigeria. And let me say that all those angling for one position or the other can only have it if there is Nigeria. And Mr. President has been fighting for the unity and peace of Nigeria. And that's why, irrespective of political leanings, he has treated all states equally. And so I want, dear lights, to put patriotism, the nation, ahead of each and every of our aspirations. This is very important. This is very important. And so, if equity, justice, and fairness must be the yardstick, the Southeast will support. But if not, it will be difficult for Southeast to be shortchanged and continue to vote for those who will not vote for us. Thank you, and God bless you.
Please sit down. Please sit down. Your Excellency, the Governor of Ebonyi State, members of the National Assembly, members of the Federal Executive Council, former governors of Ebonyi State, Speaker and members of Ebonyi State House of Assembly, Chief Judge and members of Ebonyi State Judicial Council, State Chairman and members of All Progressive Congress, His Royal Highness Eze Charles Puma, and other traditional rulers, religious leaders, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to express my gratitude to His Excellency, Engineer Chief David Weze Umahi, the Governor of Ebonyi State, also known as the Salt of the Nation. This very warm reception I have received from His Excellency and the good people of this state does indeed come with the right amount of salt flavoring and leaves one asking for more. I also would like to thank His Royal Highness and Chairman of Southeast Traditional Rulers Council, Eze Charles Puma, and the members of the Traditional Rulers Council for their role as custodians of age-long traditions, and more importantly, those who use their moral authority to ensure no harm befalls their people. Your presence here today gladdens my heart. Great recognition must also be made to the Council of Elders of Ohanaze worldwide, who, under the leadership of Chief Dr. Emmanuel C. Nwenyau as Chairman, Council of Elders, have remained very engaging on significant number of issues that are of national importance to us as a nation. It is by no means an accident that I find myself back in Ebonyi in your company to bear witness and also commission a number of projects that were designed to upgrade the quality of infrastructure and by extension improve the quality of life for the people of this great state. The people of Ebonyi have always demonstrated their affection for active and result-oriented governance. Hence, it was of no surprise that the great migration, in quote, took place as they joined our great party, the All Progressive Congress. The works I have seen since my arrival has provided the state a new and fresh outlook from what it looked like in 2017, providing the landscape with more character and personality. The work and commitment of the Umahiya administration has promoted an interstate rivalry across the southeast and has inhabitants of one state beginning to hold their own state executives to account for their stewardship. There is no better form of checks and balances than that which is people-centric and people-driven, all geared towards improvement of service delivery. This accountability mechanism is a critical element in our democracy. I congratulate His Excellency for his vision, commitment, and steadfastness in ensuring he delivers infrastructures to the benefit of the people. My own commitment to improving our infrastructure stock is without a doubt intentional and deliberate, as there can be no economic growth without the ability of such an entrepreneurial population as we have to traverse the length and breadth of this country seeking opportunities. This has been achieved in spite of the very difficult times the world has faced from an economic standpoint and due to the complete global slowdown because of COVID-19 pandemic. I would like to highlight a few of our achievements in the Southeast region. I am proud of the reconstruction of the runway of the Akanu Ibian International Airport, Enugu, and the ongoing work upgrade of the International Terminal Building. The 200 billion naira second Niger Bridge, comprising the main bridge across the river Niger and the 10 kilometers, 6-lane expressway in Onitsha and Asaba, will be due for completion this year. Our $5.5 million diagnostic center in Umuahia, which is already operational. The salt of the nation was also beneficiary of our renewed drive in agriculture, particularly the revitalization of the Merband fertilizer blending plant in Abakaliki, which now supplies NPK fertilizer to farmers in the state and all over the southeast. This is in addition to my recent approval to the Solid Mineral Development Fund to intensify its activities in advancing our backward integration efforts in limestone and phosphate mining, both of which are critical elements in the fertilizer value chain, which has come under significant pressure due to the Russia-Ukraine war. On our successful achievement of this objective will not only save the country significant foreign exchange, but will also improve our ability to grow our reserves in a positive way. The ongoing and completed 60 different works projects located across the sub-region and all funded from the 600 billion naira Sukuk bond issuance that has been equally spent across the geopolitical zones in the country. The summary I just provided is certainly not exhaustive, and that will be seen by those who are fond of peddling a narrative that projects a lack of care or consideration for people of the Southeast by this administration. While I'm proud of these accomplishments and many others, we continue to work towards achieving the infrastructure space. I must register my deep and grave concern with regards to the deteriorating state of security affairs in this region. In the last 48 hours, I have been informed of the latest in the round of brutal actions carried out by gang-wielding terrorists who prey on innocent and hard-working citizens. Unfortunately, these barbaric acts were fostered often those who have committed their lives to protecting their fellow citizens. May the souls of these soldiers and many others who have been lost to these evildoers rest in peace. Terrorists who unfortunately have also brainwashed a certain segment of the population that continue to contribute their hard-earned funds towards their hate-filled messages, but now have them terrorized through their brutal killings, truncation of commercial activities, restriction of freedom of movement, and the ability to exercise basic human rights must be fleshed out from amongst us, and that can only be done with the support of the people. I have listened carefully to the various appeals from the elders to the traditional leaders regarding a wide range of options, and as I have said previously, this matter remains in the full purview of the courts, where it will be properly educated. My worry is for our hard-working and innocent civilians for whom life is already tough and would like to just go out and earn a decent, honest living. There are many that fit this profile, and the government owes them that obligation to protect their lives and property. I will once again repeat, no one has the right to carry an AK-47 rifle, and anyone seen in any part of the country doing so and is not a law enforcement officer is a threat to our peaceful coexistence and should be treated as such. As we find ourselves in the process of selecting another round of leadership for our country, I have repeatedly insisted that among the many legalities I am committed to ensuring is that of a free and fair elections. Every citizen must feel that their role counts and they are able to practice their constitutional right without fear or any form of intimidation. In doing so, may the voice of the people be supreme. I thank you for the very warm hospitality. God bless you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
The Deputy Chair, South ABC, Party Chairman ABC in Ebonyi State. Let's welcome Chief Basurike, Chairman of CAN, Chairman of the National Council, the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, our two past governors that are here, the Deputy Governor, and now the Governor of Nigeria, the President. The representative of CAN will also join. Thank you. Thank you very much. Shall we all rise now for the national anthem, please? Thank you, Mr. President. We wish you safe flight back to Abuja. My colleague, Dr. Monday, will have an announcement.
Thank you very much, Your Young. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, once again, the 15-minute documentary will continue after Mr. President departs. And to once again inform you that gifts from Igbo leaders will be sent across to Abuja. Thank you very much.